There were two reveals this chapter. One that was not that surprising, but at least it was a delight in confirming that it was true. And another that is a little bit more, where did this guy come from? Is he from Diabolos, or is this just a new antagonist that the White Mage brainwashed? Or is this just another antagonist of an antagonist? Well, I don't really know where the 100 Years quest is going. And when I say that, I mean the White Mage and the Diabolos, they seemed to be the only antagonists we needed. But now it seems to suggest there are actually going to be more. Or again, this guy could just be connected to the White Mage or the Diabolos. But given the fact that he cocooned up the White Mage brainwashers, maybe he is not a White Mager. The only other I can think of is Tartarus. Nah, sorry, Diabolos. Unless, of course, there's someone else. Yes, this is the fairy tale chapter for 33 of the 100-year quest. And well, Grey fights against the Luxus gang. And as I enter even more, we see how truly powerful Grey is in that form. It's worth noting that he's not even using his Ice Devil slaying magic when he does that. Granted, Frido sealed his ice magic, but I thought Grey says that his Ice Devil slaying magic was not sealed, but I guess it maybe was. Even though he uses brute strength, and it's worth noting that when he fights here, he becomes extremely ruthless, if not brutish. He gives one grave wound to Frido, strips off Evergreen with one attack. I mean, where did that strip come from? Who cares? It was a naked female one, so that's nice. And knocks in Brixlo. As it looks like for a moment that Frido is getting together, then suddenly Grey barrages Frido with an insane amount of punches, all the while appearing not to feel any pain from the runes of Ekritur. And then it disappears and knocks them out. It's worth noting, strangely, that in one scene, it seems that Evergreen turns into a small doll, and and Brixo gets frozen solid. So I mean, Evergreen turning into a small doll. Okay, I can get Brixilo getting frozen, or maybe he was just frozen in fear when Grey surprised them, but Evergreen turning into a small doll, that did not make any sense for me. Even though, but it looked like Grey was very merciless, and indeed he was. He, in the end, had his senses. He said, of course I can feel pain. Elsewhere, Natsu and Gajiel is still fighting, and they're still even though Gajiel feels like he is the one who's losing. So, but then suddenly Levi appears before Gajiel, saying that I'll be your opponent. So while they may have been brainwashed by the White Mage, they still have their genuine feeling for each other. So Natsu is willing to do it, even though she fires solid script bullet. It's during that moment, however, when Natsu is prepared to punch, that he suddenly sees Levi having in pain and realizes something. And then it is the reveal that, again, this reveal was not that surprising, but it was at least a delight to have it confirmed that it's true. Yes, Levi is pregnant. While I can argue that she's too young to be pregnant, at least it's confirmation that it did that. I guess that is meant to show that one scene in the fairy tale of the final arc, where with bedsheet, maybe that indeed was must not die a virgin. Although I wonder if they really were virgins until that time. Either way, we see the flashback when Lucy and Wendy find out, and they all congratulated. It's well, Levi was very happy about that. And says that she was gonna protect it no matter what. Of course, this hesitates Natsu. So Levi creates a Solito scripted carriage and sends him away, because it's the fact that As we all know, Natsu cannot handle a vehicle, and this is technically a vehicle. So I guess it's nice to see the Solito Scripto doing that way. And Gajil and Levi have a moment here. Yeah, they may be brainwashed, but they still do love each other. Then we switch to the left-hand city, where a half-naked, or almost a complete naked, Jalal is fighting Ersa, who is very distracted. Because it's worth noting, as Ersa points out, that he is a lot more up and close this time than he normally is. And as we all know, Ersa and Jalal have loved each other ever since they were children. So the fact that but Jalal is a very distant person, he doesn't get too much close up in person. So, but when Jalal do that, it's not known if that is his brainwashing or if that is his filters that are off. Because what I'm trying to say is, yes, it is his brainwashing, but it's also the fact that, as I said before, Jalal and Ersa have loved each other ever since they were kids. So it's very likely with the brainwashing, Jalal's filters are off. And what I mean by filters, I mean now he has no shame. It's the greatest amount to see that, the fact that he's stripped to his underwear. He literally is hitting on Ersa this time. And this time completely. Of course, it could always be a tactic because he knows that Ersa also has feelings for him. But it's worth noting that it's... he has no filter anymore. Finally, on the right-hand city, Wendy and Charlie has gotten to the church, where it was actually revealed the Sako fairy tale members were. But the strange thing is, they are all wrapped into strange sticky substance. As Wendy looks up to the sky, she sees a strange and deranged-looking person with a long tongue, sharp noses, scratch marks, and what I can assume is amphibian-like bodies. A new enemy has appeared. So yeah, it seems that there's someone else other than the White Mage. As I said in the beginning, it's not known who this guy is yet. At first you could argue he is from the White Mage, but then why would he wrap up the brainwashed White Mage people as well? Again, this guy could also be from Diabolos. Then again, if he is from Diabolos, this is the strangest dragon power I have yet seen. What is it? The sticky dragon? And I'm saying that as a joke. The sticky dragon or whatever. Granted, however, it wasn't a blade dragon, and an armored dragon is not exactly an element, so even that felt pretty weird. The same can be said with the ash dragon. And this guy seems to be a lot reminiscent of a toad, since he's on all fours, his hands, even his tongue and his eyes are more reminiscent of a toad. Then again, that is an amphibian, closely related to the myth that dragons were once crocodiles, you know. So, again, we do not know who this guy is. But if he is from Diabolos, that would make sense. Not the way he looks, but the fact that is, as I said in the beginning, the current only main antagonist of this saga is the White Mage and Diabolos. Yes, you can argue it's the 5 dragon gods too, especially Ignea. However, we still don't know their motives. So give me your thoughts if you have any.